What's up, everyone? Back for another beer review, and today I'll be reviewing yet another beer from Revolution Brewing, and they are out of Chicago, Illinois, and this is their Mineshaft Gap, and this is a part of their Deep Wood series, and this is the 2020 vintage. So they're calling this one a Barleywine Ale aged in cognac barrels. It comes in at 12.4% alcohol by volume, 30 IBUs at the time of review. This can is just over 18 months old. I want to give a huge thanks and shout out once again to a good friend of mine and a viewer of the channel, Clayton, for hooking me up with this one. So big thanks to him for this beer. In the description box, I'll post a link to the beer mail unboxing video I did that contains all the goodies he hooked me up with. And he hooked me up with three different Revolution barrel-aged beers. And I can't thank you enough, Clayton. Why? Because Revolution makes some fantastic beers, and their barrel program is one of the best, period. Not just in the US, period. And when I saw that he included this one, I was super excited. Why? When it comes to barrel-aged beers, I will tell you, I like bourbon and or whiskey barrel-aged beers, but my preference is either cognac, brandy, or rum. And I just love what cognac and brandy can bring to the forefront. And the fact that this is a barley wine aged in those barrels makes me super excited. Now, I like English barley wines more than American. I don't know exactly what the base of this is, if it's English or American, but this is also older. So if it's an American one, the hops have probably died out a bit. I'm just excited. Let's read the little spiel here, and then we'll get right into it. It says, our barley wine ale takes shelter in cognac barrels for 12 months before emerging imbued with characteristics of one of the world's most storied spirits. French oak adds character that is subdued but complex as compared to American varieties, making this a perfect beer for the best of times or the end of times. Enjoy now or store it cold. Well, Clayton sent it to me already aged, and I'm just pumped. Like, let's crack this one open, get it into the glass. I hope this is delicious. I don't see how it's not going to be based on what I enjoy. Oh, it's coming out a little bit of a slight gusher. Oh, and what the heck? Am I just struggling with the pour? I feel like I'm struggling with the pour here. Anyway, we'll pour it in like this. I'm going to pour it all in because I'm going to enjoy this one tonight. Really am. So, yeah. Now, the carbonation starts spewing out. Carbonation seemed a little bit aggressive. So, anyway, that's a gorgeous looking beer. Holy shit, is that gorgeous. Now, on camera, it's probably just going to look like a darker, maybe like mahogany, maybe even pitch black, maybe like a dark brown. In person, it is definitely mahogany. It has like this deep rust color. On the sides, you get the hues. In the middle, it's more like murky and turbid. About 2 fingers of this straight up tan, like creamy tan looking head. That looks just fucking phenomenal. Yes, I love the look of this. Let's get the nose. Oh, Clayton, I can't, I'm not even tasting this yet. I cannot thank you enough for this beer. The fucking nose is immaculate. It's phenomenal. It's ridiculous. It's over the top. In all the good things that I've ever wanted from a cognac barrel-aged barley wine are in this nose. Let's try to dissect. This is going to be a longer review, I can already tell you. Probably like 14, 15 minutes. Most people watch like 3 minutes and turn it off because fuck me. But I'm telling you right now, this is going to be delicious. So it has tons of, people like to say vanillins, right? That vanilla oak type of thing. Yeah, there's tons of that. But then there's this really nice, almost candied stone fruit kind of thing, like a candied fig, maybe an apricot. Maybe like a cherry, just candied essence of that. There's tons of caramel and brown sugar and butterscotch and toffee. Oh, I don't know why I said butterscotch, but I just said butterscotch because I did. I don't know. I'm fucking losing it. Oh, the cognac just bringing that nice fruity essence. It smells really sweet and delectable. It's going to be rich, decadent. It has those notes. There's maybe a little bit of this earthy thing going on. Maybe a little bit of the hop character that has faded. Oh man, as I smell it, there's a huge blast of molasses and brown sugar, just it envelops the nose, and it's just it's hard to. Oh yes, it's great. Maybe even a little bit of chocolate now, a really bittersweet chocolate. as I swirl it up, you get like the essence of the spirit. Like you actually are, you have like a small snifter of like a cognac and you're smelling it. It's like that kind of intensity. Yeah, that cherry and like candied fig definitely just hitting me in the nose. Holy fuck, it smells. There's even a touch of coconut. This is personal preference, but this is the best nose I've ever had on a Revolution beer. I haven't had a lot of Revolution beers, but it's the best nose I've had on one. Thank you very much, Clayton. I don't care if the taste doesn't live up to the nose because the nose is an experience in itself. Anyway, cheers to everybody. Thanks, Clayton. That's fucking delicious. The nose is definitely more complex and just more complex, more robust, but the taste isn't far behind. This is a fucking fantastic beer. This is me all day long, sons. But this one's like medium full body, like almost approaching that thick syrupy thing. Not quite getting there, but very close at 12.4%. It's fine. I wouldn't say it's a bit thin. I'm cool with it. The mouthfeel, there's carbonation. It says, hey, this is definitely a barley wine. It's aged in bourbon barrels, but it has a nice, soft, like smooth, almost creamy kind of vibe to it. Yeah, I mean, it's not over the top with the creaminess, but it's soft and smooth to some degree. The taste, it's fucking great. It's a great beer. Man, I'm trying to sit here and pick apart flavors because it is very complex in the taste. It's just, I would say the complexity almost matches the nose, but in a more subtle way, which is harder for me to kind of pick out. So let me go one more taste and then I'll start trying to dissect it and figure out what I'm tasting. All right, so the tip of the tongue, and the first thing you get is I get candied sweet stone fruits. I'm getting figs, maybe dates, apricot, cherry. It's definitely cognac-esque with those fruits, but also could be from just the base barley wine itself. Tons of that right at the forefront. Like it hits you right at the tip of the tongue. Passes through. That's where all that burnt caramelized sugar comes in. There's toffee. There's molasses. There's brown sugar. There's caramel. It's those things. So those candied fruits are mixing in with that sweet kind of sugary caramelized kind of sugars, and it's making for something really fun, like at the front of the palate. About halfway through the palate, the spirit introduces itself as like a form of an actual character. It has like this boozy kind of cognac feel to it. There is the vanilla thing, the vanilla and the oak hit, and that carries on to the back of the palate. I'm getting this like citrusy, like orange peel type of thing as well mixed in. And in the back of the palate, this finish is semi to full on dry, and it has like an oak tannin type of dryness to it. This has a very mild bitterness. There is a floral, earthy kind of hop character that's very mild in its character at the back of the palate. So as sweet as this is up front, there's enough of a big dryness and a little bit of bitterness to break it up. Is it balanced? No, this is still a big boozy, sweeter kind of sipper of a beer. But I think the alcohol is adding the dryness in addition to the oak tannins, and it's trying to balance it out. And it's not doing it all the way, but to some degree, this is balanced, but not all the way, just to be fair. 12.4%. You can tell this is a big beer. If I was doing this blind, I'd guess probably around 12%, honestly. There's a big warming into the chest. There's a booziness on the palate, but this is 12.4%, and I want a cognac barrel-aged barley wine. I want some kind of booze there. I want to know it's bigger. I feel like this is a sipper of a beer, even though I'm drinking it pretty fast. This is going to be something I sip on the next hour and a half, and just take sips of it and enjoy over the course of the night. That's what I'm doing with this one. Despite me saying it's boozy and whatnot, like it's still easy to drink. Like and now I got this aftertaste of almost like a coconut caramel, like dark bread thing. Like, I don't know. This is fucking crazy. It's really good. I'm also getting a little bit of like a 50, 60, 70% cacao bar type of feeling on the back of the palate. Super complex. If you like English barley wines and you like cognac barrel-aged beers, I can't see how you wouldn't like this. This is more English. Again, very minute kind of hop character on the back of the palate. And if it was an American barley wine, like those hops have died down and have dissipated and the barrel's kind of taken over, and so is like the base malts. This is fucking top tier, delicious stuff from Revolution. One of my favorite beers from them. And I can't thank you enough, Clayton. I know, you probably, bought a 4-pack of this, maybe a couple 4-packs or whatever, and you just threw one in the beer mail. You're like, all right, you probably will enjoy. Like, this is, I thank you. This is probably going to be one of the best beers I have this year. This just hits me in the feels. This is something that I knew I was going to enjoy. After that nose, I knew I was going to love it, and I love this. I'm not going to give it a 5 out of 5, but it's going to get a substantially high score. So, Mineshaft Gap, barley wine aged in cognac barrels, part of their Deep Wood series. This is the 2020 release. Again, this is 18 months old, and it's drinking phenomenally well. High 4.75 out of 5, and go 4.8 out of 5. This is phenomenal. And I don't know if they release this every year. I don't know if this is the only time they released it, but this is the 2020 vintage, and it's fucking killer. Price and availability, I'm not going to say I don't have any idea like I typically do. I know people have told me that the Revolution barrel-aged beers are typically $40 a 4-pack, so I'd assume that is similar for this, but maybe not. So, Clayton, what did you pay for it? Anybody else who picked this up, did you pay $40 4-pack? Was it a little bit less, a little bit more? I would easily pay $10 for that can. This is a beer that you have. Again, I'm going to drink this over the next hour or so. Enjoy every second of it. So $10 a can all day long. Availability, Revolution, they get some distribution into the Midwest. We haven't really seen their beers here in the Western New York area, Buffalo and Rochester, but I hope at some point we do, because I have more in the darker beer fridge. Again, a couple more from Clayton, and thank you, Clayton. Clayton, you ever want to send me any more Revolution stuff? I'm here for it. This is what I like. This is me. This is my jam. This is me to a T. So I'm glad you sent it my way. So thanks to Clayton. Thanks to everybody stopping by for another beer review here in the Beer Patrol. If you've had this one before, post in the comment section. Let me know what you think about it. Till the next one. Cheers.